back with more Expect the Unexpected by Arctic Vulpix. We are now on chapter 56, and if you want to follow along to the chapter, link to it will be in the description below as always. So let's just get started. Chapter 56 Talks. Ruby strolled into the building looking much better than when they had seen her last. She was probably repressing a lot of emotions, but at least she'd let them comfort her this time. Hello, bots. No, not as awesome bots, coughed Toby Duff. And terrible ghost children, she called as she walked in cheerfully. Goldie swept her up in a hug while Toby loudly complained. Hedy here yet? She asked from the bear's vice grip, like it wasn't odd that she was being held centimeters above the ground in a ghost's animatronics hug. Not yet, Freddie told her. Ruby frowned and sent a text to the mechanic as she was finally set back down on the floor. Right. While we wait for her to arrive, she pulled out a bullhorn and turned it up to max. Attention, attention! All bots in the building, attend the family meeting or I will hunt you down and stick you to a seat with caramel. She looked pleased with herself afterwards while everyone in the room were rubbing their ears. You could have just used the speaker system, Freddie pointed out with a mild glare. This is more fun, she grinned unrepentantly. You're right, lass, Foxy asked quietly. Toby and she had started arguing about something, so they were distracting the toys while the originals gathered around Ruby. Her smile faltered ever so slightly, proving that she was far from top form. I'll be fine. Sorry you had to see that yesterday. She tried to wave them off. Bottling up isn't healthy, Ruby. Goldie was wringing her hands wordly, flitting around the night guard since she wasn't able to stay still. You've helped us a ton, so we want to help you for once, Bonnie added quietly. Ruby looked away but sighed after a long moment. They had a while to wait until Hedy would arrive. She texted Ruby that she would be a bit late, something about her brother throwing a fit about her still wanting to work at Freddy's. I don't handle that day well, she admitted. Never have. Not since it happened. I've gotten better at dealing with it, but I usually take the day off and stay in my room, watching stuff on YouTube to distract me. Yesterday, well, I can't miss this shift. She shrugged and gestured vaguely to the room, and I knew she was referring to the deal with the ghost kids. Thought if I kept myself distracted, I'd be fine. But then there was the fight with Hedy, which I really need to sort out tonight, and the ghost brats, was a seriously unpleasant reminder of death. Her eyes grew distant for a moment before she shook herself mentally. Yesterday went as badly as it could go, I guess. She ran a hand through her hair absently. This time, Bonnie jumped in to hug her before Goldie could grab her. Sorry you had to deal with that, Ray sighed. Why didn't you just set up a movie tonight? Chica asked. That would have helped, wouldn't it? Ruby shrugged. I don't know, I guess. She frowned as she tried to explain the thought process. I came back here originally to face some of my past. This place held nothing but painfully happy memories for me. Guess I just wanted to have a good 12-foot bay for once, where I could just have fun. She gave them all a weak smile as they looked sadly at her. It's one day out of the year where I turn into a mopey teen, she assured them. I'm back to my pranking self. We should be the ones trying to cheer you up, lass, not the other way round. Foxy sighed, but reached out to ruffle her hair affectionately. She wouldn't be Ruby if she didn't focus on everyone else's feelings first. What do you think they're talking about? Toby asked suspiciously as he eyed the originals who were clustered around the night guard. Who cares? She waved her hand dismissively. Maggle and Teddy glanced at each other and grimaced. The toys had been worried about Hedy since she left the previous night, and worrying made Toby and she act like brats, more so than usual. They're plotting something. I just know it, the Blue Bunny growled. She's always plotting something. Scared, Baby Blue? She mocked, making Toby glare at her. Teddy gave out a long-suffering sigh. Out of the toys, only he and Maggle had really adapted well to the pizzeria. Sure, they all loved working with the kids. They were made for it. Toby and she just never accepted the fact that the night guard was there to stay. Maggle now adored her as a close second to Hedy, although she did try and keep some distance to appease the more spiteful toys. Teddy accepted that she was there to stay, and it wasn't all that bad. It was nice not having to hunt people all the time. Pigs would fly before Toby and she admitted that, though. Then there was Puppet, who was still missing from the room now that he thought about it. Phoebe was under one of the tables stacking batteries that Ruby had given him. All the originals were here, and the toys were here as well. As if reading his mind, Ruby's voice carried over to them. Hey, where's the clown? She asked with a frown. Oh. Teddy and Michael shrugged, while the other two just glared at her for talking to them. Scowling, the night guard stood up and stretched. I'm gonna go fetch the idiot. Be back in a minute. She sprinted out the room, ignoring Toby's muttered insults. Someone else didn't. Do I need to meet you again? He asked from behind him, making him jump. Ruby was just taping the yelling puppet's box shut when she got the feeling that she wasn't alone. Glancing up, she found the sixth ghost kid peeking at her from the hallway. They stared at each other for a moment before Ruby spoke. So, kid, you know Hedy too? She asked. He shook his head silently. Thought so. You're not part of that group, are you? Another headshake. The kid looked at the puppet's box sadly for a moment, giving Ruby the distinct feeling that he was disappointed in the clown for some reason. You gonna tell me anything, kid? Who are you talking to, you idiotic night guard? The puppet snapped as she kicked the box absently. You mustn't be here when Springtrap gets here, the kid spoke softly, and the puppet fell absolutely silent. You can't. He'll kill you. Ruby frowned and crouched down to be at the ghost's level. He looked like he was crying more than usual. I can take care of myself, kid. I handled the originals and the toys no problem, she assured him, but he shook his head. He's different, he whispered. He'll kill you. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm certainly not going to die. She stood back up. Don't worry, kid. He just stared at her with a heartbreakingly hopeless look before fading away. Ruby stood thinking for a moment before turning to kick the box again. Hey, clown, do you know that kid? It's impossible, he whispered. He moved on. Absolutely not. She waited to see if he'd say anything else, but he was quiet, so she shrugged and started dragging his box back to the others. It was time for a family meeting. And that's the end of chapter 56, a little short chapter. So we got to meet another kid a bit more, and they spoke. So who do we think it is? I mean, I know already who he is, but if you guys want to take a guess, although go leave a review first, because the author deserves love. And I'm just reading the story. So go, we're done here now. So yeah. Go leave a review for the author. Like I said in the beginning, chapter link is in the description below for you. Go do that. That's another reason why I put the link in there. So go, we're done. And be sure to subscribe. I upload DVDs every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next chapter of The Treasure's Discovery.